Hello, hello, it's probably Sharon. Welcome back to my channel. I had some great feedback on the last couple videos that I've done with my journal flip throughs and comments on these tags that I made. So I've stepped it up a little bit and I decided to do a quick tutorial on how to do these. So it shouldn't take very long. I'm hoping to get through it quite quickly, but um, you know, good instruction, I think. So hang in there and we'll get started. So I've been making these cute little tree cards and I just thought, why not do a video just to kind of walk through this. A lot of people might look at them and go, oh, I see what she did there, and they know how to do it right off the bat, but some might not. They might need a little instruction. So I just thought, why not? So what I've done here is I've cut down it was a macaroni and cheese box, and I cut it down to 4.5 by 6, I believe, or around there. And then I went around the edges of the box with a Sharpie. And the reason I did that is because I am planning on sewing around the edge, but I don't want any bit of that blue peeking out. So I went ahead and put Sharpie all the way around, and then I just glued down some scrapbook paper on top with just a little bit of glue stick, just to kind of hold it in place until I can sew around the edges. So we have the size of card that we're going to work on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 4 scraps of fabric, and I'm going with black and white on this one, but I mean, you can do, different colors or stick with one color, or, whatever you want to do. So what I want to do is just kind of see how big the strips need to be in order to fit 4 boughs, I guess, boughs of the tree. So I'm thinking something like this might be the best width. So that's probably about, what, 3/4 of an inch? A little under an inch. So I think that's the size that I want to go with. So I just need to tear these down. Start with this one. Nip it a little bit. About right. We'll do the other ones. And these are about 10 inches long. Let me see. One's 9 inches. So they're about 9 inches. I'm doing them that long because I'm going to be gathering them up. So I'm going to sew down the center and gather them up. So they'll be kind of ruffles in a way. So if I have any extra, I can cut it off, but I don't want it to be too short. Now, for the tags I did in my previous junk journals, the videos that I posted, I had a lot of comments on the tree tags, the fabric strip tree tags. So what I did in that is I just cut them down. I didn't sew them or anything. I just cut them down, making it a little bit smaller as I went up, and then I just glued them down flat, just like that. Okay, so I'm stepping it up a little bit today. So this one's going to go on the top, but it's going to have to go into a point. That. But I still think it's a little bit too wide. So let me see. Just take a little bit more off. So yeah, the top one will be a little bit wider than the 3 below. And you don't have to do 4. You can do 5. You can do 3. I'm just kind of sticking with 4 because I think it looks good. But you do whatever you think looks the best in your opinion. Okay, so I know this isn't the best angle, but is the best I can do. So let me try to show you how to do this. So I'm just going to use, you can do zigzag or straight stitch. I'm going to go ahead and just use straight stitch. And to start off, I'm just going to fold this under like this. So I have my first little ruffle. Oops, I just unthreaded it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So again, I'm just going to use a straight stitch this time, but you can use, you know, whatever stitch. So I'm just going to go a little bit and then stop. And I'm sure if you are a great seamstress, you can do this without stopping, but I'm not. So I'm just folding it under again, sewing a little bit, folding it under again. Okay, and then what I usually do is, since I'm doing a few strips of different fabric, I just leave that first one in and just put the second one behind it. Then I don't have to worry about cutting threads and strings hanging off. So I'm just going to continue to do this until I get all 3 of my strips. I don't know how this is going to show on camera, but I'm just taking the top part of the tree and kind of gathering it up to the top. So it goes kind of into a point, and then I'm just going to sew across the top. It's a little bit difficult to hold it in place. All right, so here's the strip. One continuous strip. You don't have to do it like that. You probably think that's weird, but so I'm just going to trim those apart from each other. Oops. And then what we're going to do is decide how we want to put our tree. I guess you call them boughs, right? Or strips. And then we're going to have to trim those down to fit tree. So I'll start from the bottom. I need to trim that one about there. Long strings on there. You know what's cool too is the part that you trim off. Well, not that part, but these bits, some of them will be longer than this, but you can use them for other things, like putting them on the edge of your pages in your journal as like little tabs. So don't throw them away. Okay, so that one we need to go about right there. Oh, that's too short. That one there. Okay, so our tree needs a trunk, so I've just got some paper, little strips of paper, and we'll have to make sure that, so this one's a little bit too long, so I'm just going to tear the end off, and then I'm going to ink around the edges. So this is scorched timber. I'm just going to ink around it a little bit just so it looks, you know, stands out a little more. It doesn't look so plain. Okay. I'm going to stick that on like that. I'm just going to put a bead of glue down the middle. Try to center that. And, you know, actually before I put, before I start building my little pine tree, I'm going to go and sew around the edge of this. All right, I just did a zigzag stitch around the edge. It's a little hard to see because of the pattern of the paper. So again, I'm going to place these where I want to put them, and then I'm going to start gluing them down. And I usually like to just run the glue right down the stitching. There in the middle. That way our ruffles can still poke up a little bit. So I'm going to So you can do this also with paper strips. You can, sew little paper ruffles out of scrapbook paper, or just, scraps you have left over. You can do the same thing with paper. It doesn't have to be fabric. You can use lace, newspaper, book page, music pages. You can use all kinds of stuff. Use your imagination. I mean, there's some that I've made that haven't turned out as well as I imagined they would, but you don't know until you try. So, if you have some ideas, just go for it. See what happens. Be daring. Okay, so when that dries, I'll probably ink around the edges of that. And the next one I want to show you. So this is the same thing. It was a macaroni and cheese box that I just covered with some scrapbook paper. And I just wanted to show you what it looks like if you use something like paper. This is newspaper. That's book page, music paper. And then the top, I thought we could just put a little bit of little scraps of fabric into a little triangle, maybe. We'll see. So yeah, again, we'll just go through this quickly. We need a tree trunk. So I'm honestly curious, for those of you that are watching right now. I know as I'm filming this, it's, in the middle of December. And I'm just wondering, what are you guys working on right now? Are you just getting ideas? Are you getting ready to start your first journal? Are you working on a journal for someone else or for yourself? I'm just curious what you guys are up to right now. Myself, when I'm finished doing this video, I've been making another Christmas journal. So I'm going to finish that one up. Probably to put on Etsy. And then after I'm done with that, I'm going to start doing yearly planners for next year. So I'm really excited. I think I'm going to use a softer fabric cover. So I want to try a different technique that I'm used to doing. So I'm excited about that. So again, I'm just going to I'm just going to glue down the middle. I just love how it just looks kind of messy, but you're using up scraps. I don't know how to do this one. It looks funny. I don't know about that. Maybe it's not wide enough. get a piece of that sparkly fabric and just cut a triangle. Okay, I know we got paper and fabric. That's okay. We're mixing it up. So maybe I'll just do like a, you know, it's not going to be frayed edges and all that, but it's frayed here. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. A little pointy, but anyway, just giving you some ideas, right? And of course, when this is all dry, I'll do some inking around the edges on this one as well. But I mean, you can get some really cool looks, different looks with your scraps. So yeah, let me show you some other ideas, some of the ones that I've already completed. Just, you know, get your imagination going. So this is one that I did with corrugated cardboard. You know, you peel off the one edge of it, you know, like this. You know, your Amazon boxes, you know how they have corrugation in here. So you just peel off. Of course, I cut it down to what size I wanted first, but you just kind of pull off one layer. And it's fun to kind of leave some of that paper too. So you can see both the corrugation and the paper. So I did that. And then I lightly went over it with some acrylic paint. And I just used this little fan brush because I just wanted a little bit. And this was perfect because it just picked up a tiny bit and I was able to just put a little bit of white over it. And it didn't take very long to dry at all. And then this is paper. So I took, yes, I can't talk, strips of scrap paper that were ripped. Some of them, well, that one was straight, but ripped. And then I scrunched them up and then laid them back out flat. So you can see they're kind of crinkly. Yeah, and then put a little eye there in the corner. So there's an idea. Here's a blue one I did. So I put lace on this one too. So this one was really fun. Different blues, fabric, lace, put some music paper on the back. This is kind of a wide tag. I mean, you could probably even put that on the cover of a journal. Pretty wide. A lot of times I don't like to put a tab or a grommet and a string yet because I don't know what I'm going to be using this for. And if I end up wanting to use this on the front of a journal and I've already put like a tab or something, yeah, I usually wait until I know where I'm going to put it before I put the little tag on the top. But on these examples I have, just so I can show you guys, here's another corrugated cardboard. I happened to get some in a package that was just like this. It was already the layer was gone. You know what I mean? It was just the corrugation and the one layer of brown paper. So I was excited to get that actually. So yeah, so that's one with green fabric. I did a little sparkly tab. I don't know what you call those, strings, ties, I don't know. The red one has a lot of fabric and lace as well. This red lace, I actually did some coffee dyeing on the lace because it was too bright red. So that kind of dulled it down a little bit. And then this little tab was actually the back side of a ribbon. So the one side of it has like poinsettias and stuff. And it has wire on both sides. Of course, I pulled that out. But the back side is like gold and pretty. So that's actually the back side of the tag that I used. And I just stitched that on. So I love the red. And then we have another black and white one. This one is on cardstock. I did a stamp here. I put a little bit book page, stamped to 25. So there's another black and white one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some ideas. And honestly, I do want to, what are you guys working on right now? I want to know, like, where are you in your journal journey? Have you been doing this forever? Are you new? Is this your first Christmas journal? Are you just getting ideas? Yeah, I'd like to know. I'd like to talk to you. So thank you for staying until the end, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.